Hopefully this time around, nothing weird happens with like the needing to uh reset my VPN and stuff and make it so that the stream goes down for like a good 2 minutes. Um, it shouldn't because my VPN is off, and it shouldn't because I think uh it won't anymore. Hopefully, it's weird because um I've done this without um or with the VPN on a few times, and it's been fine. So I don't know. I have no idea. We're set. I want it to be Anubis. Hello, Chara. Yes. Um. Unfortunately, the set's kind of taking center stage, as he does a lot of the time. Isn't Set like pretty bad? Isn't he like really bad? Anubis is cool, but like, isn't Set like a bad guy? He's like got nothing redeeming about him. Am I remembering my Egyptian mythology correctly? Pretty sure Anubis is. I mean, Anubis is just like the god of death, but people ascribe gods of death as evil most of the time in most like things, which is annoying because him, Hades, I can't think of any other gods of death right now. They're usually just like chill dudes. They're pretty they're pretty alright, you know? They they do their thing. They fulfill their job, you know? As they should. As they should. Good, good.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good as well. Glad to hear you're doing good.
Fantastic.
Well, it's just gonna be you and me, unless Boo shows up later. So, we will
All right.
see.
I will probably be gone later. I will
Yes,
figure out exactly what time I have to leave. I've still not calculated it.
I understand. Well, whenever you have to, just fucking yell at me and we'll be alright.
Will do.
Alrighty. Well, I suppose, um, let's get into it. Hello, Timothy. Oh, that's a thing that I forgot to do. You know what? Before I do this, I will give
If
you
I could, yeah.
chat. Yeah. Now, if I recall correctly, uh, the the way that I need to get chat now is to open it in a different tab in a private window and get chat that way. It's really annoying.
Okay.
Yeah, the for some reason when I try to get the YouTube chat uh through my dashboard now, it just doesn't work half the time. So it's really annoying. Oh,
Like, I could always just open up the stream in another tab
yeah,
and
you
then.
could, but I've already done it for you, my guy. So
Okay.
you're good.
How we doing, everybody?
Hello, Dave.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Um, well, uh
Timothy,
I
Charia.
I have to say, for those of you who have been as excited as me, who you are not probably as excited as me, because nobody is as excited as me right now, except for all the people who are fans of this. But I just found out that the new Dresden Files book is coming out in January of
Hey,
2026. I'm
congrats. I
super
remember we
excited.
talked about it.
Yeah, it just came up on my feed, because Google sometimes knows what I want to see, and and it came up and it was like, oh yeah, it's coming in 2026 in January. I was like, yes. So I'm having a good day. Um, it's great. Hello, Pizza Funk. Timothy says, how have you been, Aiden?
I've been all right. I've been hanging in there.
Hmm.
Summer's getting hot. World is getting
True.
crazy. You
True.
know, but we vibing.
We do vibe. That is what we do. Set has some good points and some bad points. Okay. I can't remember. I used to know my Egyptian gods a bit better. I thought Set was like kind of reprehensible mostly, but I don't remember. Um Anywho. Hello. So today we are going to be talking about a couple of things. He helps Ra fight Apophis, but he's also the one that cut Osiris up. Yeah, the good, the bad. Today we're going to be talking about preparing a D&D campaign that lasts. 3-plot method. This first video comes to us from DM Timothy. We've covered DM Timothy once before, or maybe twice before. I can't remember exactly. But DM Timothy is he's got some. He does the angles thing, if you recall. He does the mugging at the camera from different angles thing.
Yes, I remember this channel.
Yeah. So, I'm interested in seeing this because who knows how to make campaigns last? No idea. But no, it's an interesting thing to see something that says, oh, these 3 plots are how you make your campaigns last. And I'm like, okay, yeah, potentially. I don't know.
As someone who's only ever DM'd 2 games, both of which fell apart because like that such is the nature of D&D.
Right.
I will be intrigued to see what the 3 plot points are.
Exactly. Yes, what I said was what I said when I was seeing that Hazbin Hotel was gonna get made. Hazbin Hotel is. I thought it was already a thing. Oh, you're just saying when it was. Yeah, fair enough. Good for you. He looks like No Net One's father. I think he's been called his brother as well. Once before. So yeah, he's got the similar resemblance to Brogan. To a degree. But yeah, so this is gonna be our first video. Next up is gonna be talking about the Horizon Walker Ranger class, subclass. That'll be the thing later on, and I have a little thing in between that I wanted to play to talk about something that's coming from one of our esteemed guests. That's coming very soon that you all should pay attention to. So stick around for that in the middle, in between. It's cool. The guy with my name got my name and looks like Brogan. True. Hello Entropy. Hello Shin. Anyway, let us begin. Let us figure out what's going on with preparing a D&D campaign that lasts. Again, DM Timothy. Here we go.
This last month, I wrapped up 3 campaigns that have been, between them, running for 301 weekly sessions.
Wow.
To say that I've been run ragged trying to get my
That's
next
a better track
campaigns
record than we
prepared
have.
as all
True.
3 of these ended at pretty much the exact same time is a bit of an understatement. Though I'm running different campaigns for these different groups, I'm using what I call the 3-plot method to ensure that these campaigns will go the full distance without losing people's attention. And so I thought that might be worth sharing with you today. My name is Timothy, though some people do call me Tim, and if you're new here, welcome. This is a place where we try to improve our games of Dungeons & Dragons together, and if that's something you're interested in, then you're in the right place. Also, at the ends of these videos, I give you cat videos of my lovely darlings,
Great.
And so I think that that makes these videos
Very
worth it.
appreciated.
It looks like for my 3 campaigns, I'm going to be running 2 different stories, one of them repeated. The first of those is Wizards of the Coast's Quest for the Infinite Staircase, which is kind of an anthology adventure of a bunch of different old school popular dungeon modules from back in the day that have been brought forward and revamped for 5th edition.
I will say,
like anthology.
We both had
That's
something
really
to say.
cool.
Go on, please.
No, actually, I'll wait for you. I need to look this up first.
Oh, okay. What I was going to say is that I very much appreciate what they were doing for a while. Again, I don't remember when this video came out. It's been over a month since this video has come out, so I I can't remember. Maybe this was a 3-year-old video or something. I'm not sure. But I very much appreciate whenever these older editions get revamped so that you can have the newer rule set for them with just the previous content, because it just makes it so that you don't have to do as much work as the DM, right? You can easily, or not easily, but you can with some effort rev up the old campaigns, if you will, but it's definitely appreciated that they are bringing it back. And I get it, it's a, monetizing whatever, whatever the fuck, but it is appreciated regardless.
Yeah, like this just harkens back to Strahd and Ravenloft for me.
Yes.
I absolutely appreciate that we have these tried and true, like, these classics.
Yes.
And it would be a shame for them to be lost to time and like not give newer audiences the chance to experience that in um a more palatable manner, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah. I get you.
I super like it. I looked up the book itself,
Mhm.
and it's 6 remastered adventures for $69.95.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a lot. But, I mean, it depends, I guess, on how much
Well, yeah,
content is
we
there.
don't know how big each
Yeah.
adventure is. So.
I guess if it's pretty large, then hey, good for that, I guess. I don't know.
The book itself doesn't look that big.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get you some photos.
Yeah. That would be nice. DMs with a tie and everything. Oh, hell yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Quest from the Infinite Staircase.
My guess is that it's probably a bit light on the
Yeah.
content itself, but I would guess that a lot of people have homebrewed a lot of stuff for the adventures.
Maybe, yeah.
But like crowdsourcing value for the adventures with just like, oh wow, I hope the fans made something good. Seems very
Yeah.
Bethesda like.
Yeah, it's true. It reminds me of I don't know how much it was, but I think Tales from the Yawning Portal, that was also an anthology kind of thing. Though I don't know if they were things from older adventures or if it was just anthology adventures that you could have that all start technically from the Yawning Portal, I think. Somebody correct me, please. But yeah, I don't know. It really depends because I'm looking at that book and it's looking as big as the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide that I bought.
I was gonna say it looks very Tasha's.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. Who knows? Ow. So cat indeed. Why did I think he was going to say that he's been running for 301 years? It's just a big number, so maybe. Um, has Brogan seen this guy yet? I don't know, but you can go into his comments and say, "Hey, look, whoa, that's crazy." Anyway.
Adventure books. I've been enjoying them being put out, but I felt like the Quest from the Infinite Staircase itself had a very lacking subplot to tie everything together. Each of the individual plots was kind of fun, but there was nothing overarching to make it into a campaign that was easily enjoyable. And so that one took a little bit of work. The other campaign that I'm working on...
Though I wouldn't say that that's necessary for an anthology book. I feel like it's one of those things where you could just pick and choose whatever you want to insert into your campaign and everything. So I don't know. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But I honestly don't see it as a problem.
Yeah, I would say that would kind of be the strength of an anthology book. Like if you have like the Silmarillion, for example, then you can just like, no, I like this.
Yeah.
is Homie and the Dudes The Wandering Tavern, a kickstarted Studio Ghibli inspired world setting of sky zephyrs floating around
Cool.
and little land masses raised, and this little backdrop between a republic and an imperium that made me think of Star Wars for whatever reason. And
Oh, who
so
knows what
I've done with that is we're going to take that awesome setting, which has its own little subplot of pair of BBEGs and conflict going on in this cool giant floating tavern, and we're going to take that and we're adding on an additional story, which I call the A plot in this case. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And popping it into the Forgotten Realms, featuring the eastern side of the continent of Faerun, and digging into a little bit of Karatur instead of staying over here on the remembered coast of the Forgotten Realms.
Sure.
If you would be interested in a Studio Ghibli-inspired campaign, then don't forget to check out Homie and the Dudes, The Wandering Tavern, or their Sky Zephyrs supplement. And in the process, if you use the coupon code DM Timothy, then you can go ahead and save yourself 10% and support.
As always to say, I have no idea when this came out and if the thing is still up or anything, or if that code works. Obviously, go check out the video yourself and go do research.
Yeah.
The channel for free in the meantime. Kind of a win-win for everybody. So let me explain what my 3-plot method looks like for creating a long-lasting campaign. Basically, we break it into an A, a B, and a C plot. The A plot is the overarching, complete story that has the final BBEG involved and marks the end of the campaign. When you complete the A plot, the campaign is over. This is important because when you're designing a story to tell with your group, you need to have some kind of idea of where the story is going to end.
Okay, no, that was a fine little like, comment, subscribe thing. That was very like nice and quiet. So I had to point it out. Good job.
So I do get the feeling that this video will just boil down to have concurrent plots active at the same time.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what B and C are gonna be.
I don't get me wrong, fully agree with.
Yeah.
It's something that I struggle with. Probably because I'm a relatively new DM. So like, yeah, I'm sure I'll get better with it in time. But like,
yeah. Again,
thoughts? Do you have any thoughts, Alejo?
I think I really just want to know the specifics, I guess, because it seems like basic story structure to me, right? You have your overarching plot, you have probably character plots potentially, and then just random shit as C, right? Like these are just subplots that.
Oh yeah, if they mean like character plots, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so like that's where that's where I think is we're going, but I don't know, and I would love to know. But I don't know if we're gonna learn anything very new potentially. I could be wrong, obviously.
My mind immediately went to like, oh yeah, have the Legend of Zelda Moon Falling, and also like a Lich Uprising or something.
Sure.
Or yeah, like combine 2 or 3 stories at once, and I was like, oh boy, yeah, okay, sure, I'll try. But like, yeah, if it's just simple stuff like, because it would be easy to do like, oh, have like a main story plot, have like a town plot and or a country plot, and or your character plots, but like, yeah, this, I don't know, we'll see where he takes it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a winning formula. It's just, not anything that we haven't seen before / have done. Don't tell me I might do that. I just want to bug him. Yeah, obviously. I get you. What?
end, or else it can get really hard to figure out a good stopping point, or you get stuck into the constant nickel and diming, continuing, but it becomes this long, dragged out thing that sometimes can lose your players' interests.
So there is something that I would say about that. Which I will bring in vampire, our current vampire campaign as a example. I know in Devils and Dice we did like 60 fucking sessions, right? But I don't think we're gonna get up to that. If anything, maybe half that for what I'm running. Potentially, I don't know. It really depends on how everything goes and what happens and how long people take in the nights and all of that, right? But once we hit that end point, it's just like, for me at least, it just feels like, oh yeah, okay, so we're done with this arc of the story. We can stop for now and then move on to either another game or just whatever, and we can come back to this, you know? Because like with the whole putting in the terms of like nickel and diming it, I'm like, yeah, I mean, to a degree I can understand why that might happen, because you just want to keep playing the thing that is fun, right? But at the same time, I don't know, it just, at least for me, for what we're doing right now, everything seems like it's flowing pretty well. And it seems like, you know, we're progressing at a rate that I feel is okay.
Yeah, it things feel we're progressing at a comfortable rate, I would
Exactly.
say.
Yeah.
Or I can't really weigh in with like too much definitive
Right.
knowledge as to like where we are in the story, of course,
Right.
but like things thus far have felt like laid back, but we are still moving the story forward.
Exactly. Nothing is purposeless, at least it feels like, which is good because that's my fear. When I'm running stuff, it's like, oh, I just hope that it's not, because everything is based around what these characters want to do, right? So I hope that at least it gives them, fulfillment in that way, right? But yeah, it's one of those things where for that kind of like pacing kind of thought, I don't know, it, at least to me, it just kind of goes as it goes. And if you are getting to a point that might be the end point, I guess sooner than you might imagine, I don't see that as too much of an issue, because you could just take a break and write more stuff and then come back to those characters. It's not like they all died, potentially, uh at the end. So, you know, you could, or they could be retired and you go on with like maybe one of the same characters and then two other new ones, or, you know, four other new ones, or however many, right?
Yeah. That character's nephew or
Yeah,
some such later campaign.
exactly. um but yeah.
It can be entirely possible to create a campaign with no overarching plot
True.
that follows your characters' interests and can be fun for years.
True.
So, this is not a necessary thing
Okay.
for every campaign, but using this method, you guarantee yourself a story that can be followed the entire time and a climactic endpoint that can really make a difference in giving you a place to stop and start with new characters. I would say that of my players, at least an easy 50% of them tell me, when asked what their favorite part of D&D is, that it's making new characters. So having good endings so that you can get to the ending and start a new campaign is important for many people. The B plot is a second long-term story that in some way is going to interfere with the A plot and interact with it. This B plot is not necessarily something that has to be resolved as much as it is something that has to be dealt with on a regular basis throughout your story. This story should be able to go the distance, but it's okay if it gets ended early because the players focus in upon it, and if it does get ended early, it just means that it's no longer interfering with the resolution of your A plot. A good B plot should be something that doesn't necessarily draw people to make it their main focus as much as it frustrates them away from other things until it gets to a point where the players feel the need to deal with it. It might be particularly mysterious or aloof or otherwise out of the player's focus in a way that
Hold on, I need to hear him describe C plots again.
B plots, yes.
Oh, sorry, Maddie. I was thinking about how I could use B plots
Oh,
in
yeah.
my own stories, and I wasn't even paying attention. Maybe.
Focus as much as it frustrates them away from other things until it gets to a point where the players feel the need to deal with it. It might be particularly mysterious or aloof or otherwise out of the player's focus in a way that keeps them from being able to immediately just dive in and deal with it, or requires them to over time figure out what it is that they're dealing with. Finally, the C.
So, okay. So B plot. I don't know, man. This is something that I'm like, yeah, it's something you could do. You could include it. And it's interwoven with the A plot so much that sometimes I at least can't see the difference to a degree, you know?
Well, yeah, it's your Giovanni versus your Jesse and James.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's true. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't at least to me, it doesn't at least seem like it would be something that I consciously create, I guess. Though I guess I don't know. Maybe I've done it by accident. I don't know. I can't really think of anything that I could put down as a B plot, at least for what we're doing right now. Neither can I really put.
Bad DM. Bad DM.
Yes, true.
Shame.
Fuck. Shit. Yeah.
You have showed us your entire ass.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, I just I think that it's something that could be useful. Maybe that's why we don't last for years, I guess. I don't know. But at the same time, I don't feel like we need to,
I mean,
right?
I would argue that our campaigns super withstand the test of time.
Yeah, it's true. That did, yeah,
Like there is no investment there is no investment other than emotional in our
true.
campaign. Like sure there is the time investment
Hmm,
of oh, I have spent like however many weeks on
right.
this. But there like the time investment that's normally there is oh no, I have to keep this going for everybody.
Yeah,
But we don't have that. We instead have, hey, if I need to take the week off, I can.
true. That is true.
So I would say that that makes our campaigns actually like super durable over time.
Yeah, you're right. We can avoid that kind of burnout very easily because of that, because we cater to everybody and their individual needs rather than the group as a whole needing to play. That is true.
Yeah.
I get you. Okay, fair enough. Um Well, in terms of the creation and the running of these games, I guess just from that perspective, I have no fucking idea, right? Like for B, I have no fucking idea. Maybe it's a thing that's been happening because like
Maybe. Woo.
wait, ooh, oh, yeah, I don't know because like everything that at least for Vampire, at least everything that you guys have been doing on your own has been kind of in service to what's kind of overarchingly going on, as well as to your own varying degrees. So I don't know. Maybe I just can't see it as something like that. I just see it all as plot and like character, and that's it, right?
You see it all as that this is just the way that the story
Yeah,
plays out.
exactly. It's hard for me to parse through them, I guess.
Yeah, so sort of like a I don't know. I'm going to describe it as fatalistic, but
Sure.
I just mean like, oh, this was always fate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Um, what if the players just lose track of time at the betting house instead of doing the story? Hey, for me at least, that's fine. They're enjoying themselves. I'm cool with it, right? Like, I'm. You can get them out of there if you need to, but you know, If we have a few sessions of just betting and everybody's having a great time, hey, cool. We'll get out of there when we get out of there, right?
Yeah, remember when we had what was it, War Master?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I guess you should have been paying more attention to this instead of thinking about set. It happens. Seems like this is more relevant to story writing than GMing. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting as well. Though A and B plots usually just work in tandem and they kind of branch off to then meet at the end a lot of the time in like a lot of media. So, I don't know. It's not something that you necessarily have be resolved early for that kind of stuff as well. You just have it be resolved um when it feels the most apt, because they've finally gotten to the point where it's like, oh, I finally understand. This is preventing me from doing this, you know? C plots are hard to pull off sometimes when the B plot and A plot take most of the brain space. That's fair. I'm excited to see what we have for C plot, because I don't know.
I would imagine C plot could just be like on the level of like, what's your complication? Like, oh, the river flooded out the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, it might be. Could be mixed up about something though for the story writing than GMing. Maybe, I don't know.
I will say though, even though layering plots absolutely will make your game feel more involved
Yeah.
and make your players thus more involved in your campaign, like involved isn't just like a good thing. Like
Yeah.
if a story is too involved, if there's always three different plots going on in a campaign
Yeah.
at a time, um it's going to get way too messy way too quickly and players will burn out. So if we're discussing the importance of maintaining different plots at the same time, I do feel we should discuss or at least mention like, hey, use this as salt in your cooking.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
It's like salt or acidity, whatever, it'll overpower the dish too quickly.
Yeah. Totally. I guess we'll see if he brings that up. As the lore dumper, this does sound like storytelling advice. Yeah, I can understand why it seems that way, and I think you're both onto something, honestly. Well, if you're running an 8-bit system, you can only have an A plot and a B plot. If it's a 16-bit system, you can have an A, B, and C plot, or an A, B, X, and Y plot. True.
Plot is your day-to-day adventuring plots. These can be episodic and driven by your players' interests. In the quests from the Infinite Staircase, that's literally the adventures that are in the book. Each one of those is a self-contained C-plot that the party will be sent out to resolve, and they come through the standard gameplay loop. The adventurers go on the adventure, they solve the adventure. They go on a new adventure, they solve the adventure. They continue in that C-plot loop throughout the campaign, while coming back to the A-plot that is riding in the background. Typically, your B-plot is used to muddy the ground in between. Players might finish a C-plot and have a little influence somewhere from the B plot. They might move to the next one and be blocked from it for a moment and then blocked at the end. So if you were writing it out, it would look kind of like an A plot across the top and then C plot dipping underneath with little staccato points of the B plot inserted to interrupt and interfere. It's important to know how you envision the A plot ending, even if you're going to allow your players to end it in a
I don't know. For that kind of example, I can understand it to a degree, but at the same time, it just feels annoying, I guess. Why? Like I don't know. Like you can have your side stuff. Obviously, you can have things that stop things, but at the same time, I don't necessarily see it as not all being like, and this is just because my brain is it works this way, but like everything is kind of going to all come to a head of being a part of the A plot at some point. Like, it's all benefiting that because they're getting whatever from going through their C plots and their B plots to then help with the A plot at the end, right? And again, it's just hard for me to untangle them because it feels like everything is kind of integral to each other in a way. Because all of those experiences are going to literally are going to make them much better at getting through the A plot, because usually those C plots and stuff, if we're going by that, are put in place for them to get something from it, or to be something for the character so that they can get something out of it, right? Magic item, it could be a new relationship with some NPCs, it could be it could be a variety of different. More money literally is the easiest one, because it's just like, well, they need to buy something so that they can continue. Like, the B plot hang up is we need X, we need this MacGuffin, we need to buy this MacGuffin so that we can get through to get to the A plot again, you know. Oh, gotta do C so that we can get through B to get to A again, and all that kind of stuff, right? So like, I see it, but I don't know, maybe it just seems more complex to me than it needs to be, at least in my brain. I don't know.
Yeah, so I would like to push back
Yeah.
on the idea that the A plot is going for the entire length of the campaign.
Okay.
Um, I think that in order to have, Mm, I, I feel like in order to have a lot of good BBEGs, you need something that works behind the scenes, something that plans,
Okay.
something that moves slowly, I guess. Maybe this is just how I like to approach
Yeah,
storytelling.
yeah.
I feel it largely is. Um, but I absolutely would and do appreciate stories where I can take a break off of the main story specifically,
Mhm.
so that I can go do and handle something else. Um, I don't know. It's just he mentioned it twice that,
Mhm.
like, oh, the main overarching story never stops, and I'm like, no, the main overarching story absolutely does stop.
Right. I wonder if he's meaning like that it will just continue to be going on in the background when you're taking a
Uh,
break.
I feel it the vibe I'm getting
Mhm.
more so is that he wants that main plot to be like ever prevalent in his players'
Mm.
minds. Which, like, yeah, no, I absolutely do get the appeal as a storyteller
Right.
of making a story that feels consuming to your players. That's the dream as a storyteller.
Right.
Um, but like breaks have value.
Mm.
Within the human mind, we can only focus on something for so long.
That is true. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about what he's exactly going for. But I don't know. It's, for me, it's what I've been saying. I can't um untangle everything, so I don't know. It just seems too complicated, or overcomplicating a very simple thing. But then again, I don't know. Um Usually A, B, and C plots run together at the same time. It sounds weird to call it a side quest, like A and B stop while you do it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't really get that feel for it, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it's literally just he's literally just saying that there are going to be some times that you aren't necessarily doing A and B, potentially. But I don't know. For me it's like, well, yeah, true. I don't, but it's all going to lead to it eventually, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe side quests can be L and R plots. True. Source of the ticking clock. Yes. I guess that's what A is, technically, right?
What's up?
Like source of the ticking clock. That's what A is.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'd be A.
Right. Okay.
Bunch of other ways. It's important to know one
Or would it
way
be C for clock?
Oh! That's it.
that there is an ending, so that you're aiming towards that in your planning, and your players can send you off in different directions to finally resolve that major threat. Your B plot, you don't necessarily have to plan out an ending for as much, because your players may or may not stop it. Instead, you should be planning out ways in which the B plot interferes with your A plot. C plots can be planned a la quests from the Infinite Staircase, or they can be more freeform and just follow the interests of the players or the DM. If you have a whim to run a mythical maze, then run a mythical maze and call that your C plot. You draw them into it with a standard hook and let them have fun. You could just explore whatever is of interest to you in the C plot.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Yeah, to me at least, I would like things to be cohesive. You know, not that you can't make it cohesive to be a part of the main kind of theming and quests and all of that kind of stuff. Like, there's nothing that makes it so that you can't. It's one of those things where I'm like, I just fancy to do this. It's like, for me, I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean, I feel like these C side quest things should be more so tied to characters and their wants and their needs, rather than what I might want to run. Maybe I can turn something that they have as a need into something that I would want to run. That would be the best way for me to do it, I think. But I don't want to just do it just for the sake of me having some gratification in that way. I don't know. It just feels weird to me personally.
Give your players a lot of loot for going after the story points that you want them to go for.
Yeah.
Railroad them through their greed.
Yeah, exactly. C is for Chronos, the source of all ticking clocks. Chronos, the source of all time travel headaches. True, and true, and true.
And it's not a big deal. How you manage to tie all this together is by pulling A plot elements into your C plots and interfering with both with your B plot. Lore.
Yeah, okay, so everything should have some sort of connection. I mean, it doesn't need to be, like, overt. It doesn't need to be anything too large, but it should at least be connected in some way. I agree. Okay.
And loot are great ways to tie the A plot into your C plots.
There we go. All right. All my grievances are no longer valid. We're good.
Yeah. It's a lot like how I had ongoing wars affect campaigns in the past.
Yes. Yeah, that would be the B plot. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Having information or MacGuffins hidden within your individual quests that can help to resolve and deal with the A plot that you've planned out. You can give people a reason towards their overarching goal to go on each of these minor quests.
Yep.
If you are a member of my Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday groups, stop watching this video now, please. Thanks for being awesome players and watching my videos anyway. You're great. But stop. In terms of the quests from the Infinite...
And then he never got those views ever again from any of those players. Damn.
You hate to see it.
Hate to see it. The separation of A, B, and C just tells the viewer/reader which storylines get the most attention, page time/screen time, etc., but they run together. Yeah, no, I get their purpose. It's just, I don't know. You know.
staircase adventure, I've integrated A plot, B plot, C plot by grabbing an old D&D supplement called Duty and Deities and modifying that as my ending point for Quest from the Infinite Staircase. It was originally tied to the old Quest from the Infinite Staircase modules back in the day, and so it fits pretty suitably.
Seems
this
right,
adventure pits the group against the darkness of the abyss in recovering a secret somebody from the hands of an abyssal lord. And that is now the party's goal. The djinn that runs the Infinite Staircase and is hiring the group, as it were, is going to send them on each of these little C-plot missions in order to gather together information and tools to be able to go to the abyss through the staircase and deal with the abyssal lord, and in the process free the captive maiden. That's my A plot, the main overarching story. The B plot is the Iron Shadow, which is insufficiently mentioned in this. I'm making the Iron Shadow a plot by the goddess Shar. She's using this shadow to try and infect Isgard, the ancestral home of Saloon, her primary rival and sister, because family, you know. The Iron Shadow is going to consistently get in the way of the party's actions, and they're going to have to put up with it throughout a little bit of the course of their...
What is this stock footage? What are we doing?
I don't know, dude. I've been trying to figure that out too.
Like, oh, it's
I mean, ninjas operate under
Yeah,
cover of darkness,
no,
right?
I understand the thought
that
process.
shadow
Yeah.
Shar.
Yeah, I get it. There's no way to, because in the thing before it was like, oh yeah, it's not an actual like shadow ninja thing. It's actually the whole screen goes black because it's actually like sentient darkness of some sort or something, and you can't really find footage for that. So fair enough.
Adventure. If they don't resolve it, they are going to discover that the only directions they can get that will allow them to reach the abyssal lair that they need to get to is to enter through Isgard into the base of the Infinite Staircase.
Sure.
And that, of course, is where the Iron Shadow is
And then they
slowly
backwards long
worming its
jump.
way.
Exactly, yeah. To speedrun right to Bowser. Easily. We did it.
Which means if they don't resolve it, it's going to be a big issue that they have to get through. If they do resolve it, then they'll be able to do so without that problem. And as mentioned, the C-plots are the individual quests on the Infinite Staircase. This takes what is otherwise an unconnected...
What a weird... What a weird daily... Like, why'd you put dailies from an MMO as your... What?
Yeah, so... I really liked this example when he was describing ways that like plots can interact with each other, and I was like, yeah. And then he started describing daily plots, the daily login grind for his D&D campaign, and I'm like, and I no longer feel this is relevant to my campaign.
Yeah, exactly. What a weird choice. Fair enough, I guess. I don't know. We've had some weird little memes here and there too, so I get it. It's engagement.
Yeah, although with that being said, I did comment to my DM in a game I had last week.
Yeah.
That this session we got did feel, because it is a module. We were in not Baldur's Gate. Oh god, why am I blanking on the name of the city now? Oh, it's got the yawning portal.
Oh,
Waterdeep.
yes.
So we are in Waterdeep.
Mhm.
And it's an official module,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, this session feels very much like, oh, you can go to the Blue Alley, which is like a dungeon that was put in by a mad mage however many years ago, and the monsters and loot there restock. And I was like, and oh god. We got given 2 quest boards, a bookshop and a library, um, locations to upgrade, the haunted tavern that we're, like, taking care of.
Okay.
Which is, by the way, bitchin'. I'm really looking forward to renovating that
That
tavern.
sounds cool. Yeah, I would like to do that.
But anyway, I commented to the DM, I'm like, "This session feels absolutely like, the tutorial mission where it was like, 'And here is your main menu in the video game.'"
Yeah,
Which, don't get me wrong, I do believe is, like, a good thing
sure.
because that campaign, like, I don't know, I feel I've struggled,
Mhm.
like, who I the characters I play when I play, like, Boris or
Yeah.
any number of my other characters that you've seen here,
Mhm.
um, those skills that I seem to have in TTRPGs absolutely do not translate to this game.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's just because it's like but whatever. I'm getting lost in the plot anyway.
No, you're good.
Um,
You're absolutely fine.
yeah, I'm just rambling.
Oh yeah, fair, fair, fair. Your mission: restock the dungeon. Mmm.
Yeah, yeah, no,
It's very weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Um,
yeah. Here is the dungeon. It restocks.
yeah.
Is absolutely
I I don't know. Is this
a,
the
a choice to make for an economy.
is this the Waterdeep one that's the uh
It's not Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
no.
But it does feel Dungeon of the Mad Mage adjacent.
Okay.
Um, I I don't think Blue Alley is the main plot point. No, it's definitely not the main plot point. It's described as a way for us to get some money at low level.
Yeah. Is this Dragon Heist that you're doing?
Uh,
Waterdeep Dragon Heist? Is that the
She she's combining a bunch of different things.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, that there's like
Waterdeep is weird to me,
she's
man. I don't
taking
know.
she's taking elements from Dragon Heist,
Okay.
but like
Okay.
because this is an old homebrew, like
Mhm.
people have made, or because this is an old module, rather, people have made a lot of homebrew.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
so like she's borrowed a ton of stuff, and thus far it's been a
That's
blast.
good. Um For some reason, I find it weird he's calling random side quests a C plot. I would just call them side quests. Otherwise, how would the C plot tie into A and B like he wants? Well, he's saying to make it so that the A plot is like dipping in, and the B plot is dipping in by like for the B plot specifically, it's blocking certain things for C plot things, right? And then for the A plot thing, it's that you get things to help with the A
Yeah.
plot.
You finish your chapter of the B plot, get a MacGuffin that
Yeah.
helps you advance the C plot,
Yeah.
get a MacGuffin that helps you advance the A plot.
It just it's one of those things where I personally am like, I don't even know about like labeling it this way. It just all feels like it should all just be part of the plot, but I understand the need to label it so that it makes it more digestible for people. I get that. I do.
I I think I think your disagreement with uh your use of the word plot
Yeah.
versus how he uses it is he's using it from a like, oh, there are A, B, and C are plots
Yes.
for D&D, whereas you're using plot as in only to be like, oh, the overarching theme of, oh, the characters went to this location and talked to so and so. Things went south when so and so insulted
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Like that's what you're using plot,
Yes.
I think, to define. Okay. Yeah, and yeah, it's just you're using plot differently.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, for me, it just makes more sense to just call the entire game the plot, I guess, and everything inside of it is just uh uh working on each other, and it's just, I don't know. It seems harder for me, at least, to keep track of it when I have to think of it as like three different things. When it works better for me when it's all one thing, and it's like, well, all of these things are just gonna affect everything. So, again, it's not a bad way to think about it, and it's not a wrong way to think about it in this like case. It's definitely a way that everybody seems to think about it in some capacity. I just personally am just like, yeah, okay. And again, I will fully admit that it is not something that is a bad thing at all for you to think about it like this. Um, so how many C plots would happen, or are we going down the alphabet? No, I think everything that is just the side thing is considered C plot, and then sometimes I guess they contribute sometimes, but they should contribute in some ways here and there. I don't know, but yeah, it's just anything that is the module style adventure that is start to finish in between when you're going for the overarching story, right?
Alejo, I
Hi.
know nothing about film design.
Sure.
But like I know there's like A roll and B roll. Does C roll
I've
exist?
never heard the term.
Okay.
But then again, I am not an expert in any way. I have not studied into many different things, many different aspects. But regardless, I feel like I would have heard about it at this point if it was a thing. Somebody can correct me, of course. But yeah.
Series of adventures that don't seem to have any kind of real flow or story to them as a group, and turns them into an interconnected series of adventures that will provide the tools to take care of the main story.
Yes.
And when the maiden is free or the group dies trying, the campaign ends and we're ready for our next story.
Sure.
And that's how you use the 3-plot method to create a long-lasting campaign. Here you are at the end of the video. I knew I liked you. Thank you.
So, I guess I don't. So he was talking about before of like trying to find a way to like, I guess, mitigate the extending too much and having it be too short thing. But I have no idea how I'm supposed to do that from this video, right? Like I have no idea how I'm supposed to make it so that these all coincide to a way that makes it so that I have a long lasting game, I guess. Just that these are the
Well,
elements
well,
of it, I guess, right?
well, well. You saw though with Sharon Saloon.
What? Yeah,
So, like, yeah, I agree with your point overall
right.
of like, um, I do feel that that example was a bit hyper specific.
Yeah.
But like I do get like, hey, having multiple plots interacting with each other will of course make your world feel more lived in.
Right.
Uh there lived in would be it would it's not lived in is rather more living.
Yes. Okay.
Um Yeah,
Like,
I agree that layer plot or sorry, I agree that layering plots is useful for the health of your campaign.
yeah.
Um I just yeah, I do feel I uh I wish rather I got some better examples.
Yeah, I understand what the elements are. I understand how to use them from this perspective. But I also am just like, I guess it's just me with how I do things, but planning everything out feels a little strange to me. Um, but that's again just how I run things. So, having some of these things happen just, and obviously you can easily lump these in as C plot things, but having the random things that happen because of whatever the characters are doing, and wacky things happen, here and there, right? Those would potentially be C plots, I suppose, and potentially could escalate to B plots if they potentially like piss off people because they keep doing things in a certain way because of all these C plots and everything. Like they all are interconnected, and I get that.
Really quick,
Yeah.
Alejo. What do you mean planning out every little thing? Do you mean like your B and C plots like need to be more detailed than your A plots?
No. It just seems like, at least from my understanding, that you've planned out your A plot, which, you know, it's that vagary that you need, right? I get that. Then your B plot you've planned out of these are the ways that it's going to interfere here and there. And then with the C plots, it's like you've planned out, you know, each of the steps, I guess, each of the adventures potentially in the middle that are going to be gone through. At least that's the impression that I get from what I'm listening to, and I know that's not how, you know, you need to do it. I get that you don't need to plan out
Yeah.
everything. I do get that, but that's the impression that I get, which is weird.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, you can still classify these things in these terms, so that if these make more sense to you, that you should use them in that way when these things come up, and utilize them as they do. I guess naming it A, B, and C makes me think C stands on its own and not just label for side quests. That might be what's hanging me up. That's fair, yeah. It does seem like it's more important than that, and it is. It's just that, at least to me, some of these C plot aspects are probably going to be just their own thing that don't tie into A and B. They're just kind of there, which is fine. I don't see that as a problem. So
Yeah, something that I love sprinkling into my campaigns is sometimes the like scary monster in the field is just a scarecrow. And
yes,
sometimes you can just kill it and like how to put this. Sometimes you encounter an old lady who like sets you on this quest where it's like, oh man, this quest feels important, it feels pressing, but sometimes it can just be a scarecrow and like um
you just did a good thing.
yeah, like you can have notable story elements that aren't related to the main plot as a whole, I
Yeah.
guess.
I would agree. All this about planning things out. I'm not over here sweating or anything. What do you mean? Fair.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share this with somebody
I
who
wanna see
might
the
need
cat
it,
videos.
and let me know in the comments if it was helpful.
I
or
forgot
any
about the
questions.
cat.
Yeah.
But for now, on to the cat video. Until next time, happy adventure.
Yay. Cats.
Those are indeed cats, and this is indeed a video.
I like those cats. Aww. That's very nice.
Game prep with Kitty.
Yeah.
Thanks, pal.
Scott, big you know, back in the days of COVID when like reporters' cats were like jumping all around on the news.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got big that energy
I
to
like
it, and I
that.
appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was that. Oh yeah, I totally planned things out. Let's go with that. Exactly. So we're gonna move on to the mid segment here that is going to take us not very much time, because it's really just to announce a thing that you might not know, because I saw this as a video that came up while I was searching for other videos, and I had no idea, because I haven't looked at other things for a little bit, and this happened like 2 weeks ago, and I hope Peter's okay with it, because we're gonna take a little quick check into
Hey.
into Peter's channel here, Tales from Elsewhere, because he made a video called I Made a Game, Now I Need Your Help, and this has a little information. It's a little ad. We are not sponsored in any way, but I just want to point it out because friend of the show. So,
After
Yeah,
many
it's
years
our
of hard work, of
Mm.
playtesting and iteration and scrapped ideas, the Tales from Elsewhere Clockworld Kickstarter pre-launch has begun. We have our
wait.
artists chomping at the bit to get to work on this project. We have our layout designer ready to go. We have a variety of content creators and luminaries within the community ready to make adventures.
Hell
And
yeah.
all we need is your help to make that a reality. By signing up below to be notified when the Kickstarter goes live, we, the community, are sending a message to Kickstarter that this project is going to take off. That
Yes.
this grassroots approach, this community we've built, can come together and produce a game of high quality.
Absolutely.
A hardcover rulebook, beautifully bound, with incredible cover artwork, full of high-res, wonderful pieces made by talented, real living artists, with wonderful layouts designed with accessibility and readability in mind. Just an absolutely incredible piece. And it's all because of us, the tabletop community.
Wait.
And over the next 2 months, you'll be seeing us talking more about what's coming up in the game, explaining more about the rules themselves, but we won't forget that this channel is about talking game design philosophy, so I'll still be going and doing my usual analyses and rants and reviews just like normal, but do expect me to talk a little bit more about Clockworld here and there over the next 2 months. And we're not trying to do anything fancy here. We're trying to crowdfund to generate the money to pay our artists. We already have several artists lined up. They can't wait to work on it, and we want to have these wonderful, real human artists fill the rulebook with over 120 unique pieces of horrifying monsters and cool characters.
Hell fucking yeah.
And we
dude.
have our US-based printer already set to jet with our quotes in and logistics already figured out. We just need to take it across the finish line with your help as a community. So please consider clicking the link below and signing up to be notified on launch, and together we'll make this very cool game a reality. And stay tuned over the next few weeks as we do more game analysis, discussion of Tales from Elsewhere Clockworld, and other collaborations with cool content creators that you've come to expect from this channel. Alright folks, if you're watching this on the day it launches, I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July if you're in the United States.
Oh, that was back
and I will
then.
catch you next week here on Tales from Elsewhere.
Hey! I've put the link in chat. I will put the link in the Discord server and everything. Please,
I have saved it.
please, absolutely, 100%. Please go here.
Every time I see art from Tales from Elsewhere, I
Yeah.
am like absolutely blown away by how much I love it. Like this guy here swinging the big hammer.
Yeah. It's great. Honestly, I'm very happy. I'm so excited to see this game come out and everything. Link, please, everybody go, please, and it's coming September 2nd, it looks like. So it's a little ways off for it to kick off. But please, let me pull it up here on the screen for you to see. Hold on. There we go. Yes, Tales from Elsewhere Clockworld, action horror TTRPG. It's right there. Please go click here, notify me on launch. I'm not signed in right now, so otherwise I would, but I will sign in later to do that because I'm super excited for this because of everything that I've seen so far. So, please, also do that. You also have your free playtest stuff, which I wanted to play some playtest stuff before this was even close to coming out, but we never did, and we should. We should. Anyway, so please, go onto Kickstarter using... The link is also in the description. It's in the chat, it's in the description. If you're watching right now, go now.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it! I know I can't tell you what to do, I'm not your dad, but at the same time, do it. Alright?
I will say, yeah, okay, 389 followers.
Hell
is
yeah.
what we're currently at from Tales from Elsewhere.
Okay.
Let's get those numbers even higher.
Let's bump those numbers.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
I want to see 1,000.
Yeah!
Drop and give me 1,000.
Yes! Anyway, that was the little middle segment. Let us move on to the final video of the evening, that being Horizon Walker is a bad ranger subclass in D&D 5e. Advanced Guide to Horizon Walker by Pack Tactics. We have covered Pack Tactics once or twice before. So I can't. Oh, it's the wrong screen. My goodness. But the yeah. So I'm excited to see some stuff about the Horizon Walker because I recall playing a Horizon Walker for like a little bit, once, and I was like, "Huh, it's a ranger." Because
Yeah.
most of the time when you play any ranger type, you go, I'm certainly playing a ranger.
Yeah, the curse of the ranger based class is one that's hard to overcome.
Exactly. Um, so let's see what's exactly wrong with Horizon Walker because I can't recall, and I'm hoping that we have a few little things that we can kind of go for.
What released, or rather, when did Horizon Walker release? What, like, month?
It was, I want to say it was in,
Xanathar's.
yeah, Xanathar's. Okay. Which Xanathar's Guide to Everything came out, let's see, 2017, November 15th, 2017. It's been out for a while, and I honestly really liked everything about Xanathar's Guide. So
There is the subclass wiki dot.
thank you. That's incredibly useful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do love me the wiki dot. It gives you everything you need. Those of you who are unable to get access to rules, please go to the D&D 5th edition wiki dot if you ever want to get them for free. It's incredibly useful. It gives you literally everything, and I've used it many a time.
Mm-hmm. Kind of invalidates the player's handbook, but
Yep, which is fine. I didn't know what these Horizon Walkers were, and my guess was going to be some kind of cryptid. No, it's just, and I'll read it to you right now. In fact, in the description here, and I'll put it on the screen. Why not? I'll be nice. Horizon Walkers guard the world against threats and originate from other planes, or that seek to ravage the mortal realm with otherworldly magic. They seek out planar portals and keep watch over them, venturing to the inner planes and the outer planes as needed to pursue their foes. These rangers are also friends to any forces in the multiverse, especially benevolent dragons, fae, and elementals that work to preserve life and the order of the planes. They sound really cool. They are,
yeah, so it's
fine.
It's very Doctor Strange, isn't it?
Yes, honestly. Very Doctor Strange. It would be cool, but it is a ranger.
It's sure a shame that what is on the tin is not what's in the pack.
Yeah. Yeah, like, we'll go, even like, looking at this site right now, looking at these, you get, your spells are protection from good and evil and good, excuse me, which, sure, it's a fine spell, sure. Misty Step is actually good, but you get it 5th.
Misty Step is pretty good.
Yeah. Haste is also pretty good. Banishment, yeah, sure. Teleportation Circle.
It's a very niche spell
Yes.
for what is essentially your subclass's capstone.
Yes, exactly. And that just feels odd.
And I understand there's the whole there's the theme of interdimensional travel. So like,
Yes.
yeah, teleportation circle. You like, oh wow, that's the culmination of your abilities. You can leave this plane and go to travel on other like dimensions or whatever.
Yes.
But like a thematic choice by WotC isn't necessarily going to be the most reflective of in-game fun for the player.
Yes, I would think
So
so as well.
like
And the problem also is that in order for teleportation circle to work like that, you need to have gone to another teleportation circle already. Which, you know.
Or get a spoon attuned to that plane.
Yes, true. But yeah, no, it's I mean, it's fine. You know, it's fine as a spell, but like it being
The best way.
yeah.
Oh, go on.
Well, I was just gonna say, it being a 5th level conjuration spell is like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, fine, you know, whatever. But I don't know, every wizard and warlock can get that very easily, and bards and sorcerers, as this is saying. But like, I don't know, it just doesn't. I wish it gave you more than that. It gave you like this and locations, I guess, like your most frequented locations or something, potentially. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, this subclass does feel very like, oh, I'm going to be uh a weird interdimensional, like, uh no plane truly is my home.
Yeah.
I'm a planeswalker.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that is very cool. That is very rangery.
Yes.
And this does absolutely package itself as very Doctor Strange.
Yes.
And it sounds cool until you remember that like Doctor Strange literally beat like the villain of his movie by saying, Dormammu, I've come to bargain, over and over again until Dormammu said yes. By which I mean you are not a combat guy.
No.
Like protection from evil and good is like only ever a defensive spell,
Yeah.
sort of by definition. Misty Step is good, 30 feet as a bonus action, but like at 5th level, when
Yeah.
your peers are throwing around fireballs, feels very underwhelming.
A little bit.
Similarly, haste is a fantastic spell.
Mhm.
You can cast a whole 2 arrows per round as a ranger. It gets pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Whoa.
Um, and like, yeah, so like haste is a good spell, but like, fuck, dude, 9th level.
Mhm.
Like, you were already at the position where most campaigns end.
True.
And you're only getting now the
Yeah.
good parts of your kit in Misty Step and Haste.
Yeah.
And you don't even have the alt, the real alt of your kit, which is Banishment at 13th level.
Yeah.
Because you can actually use it on things.
Yeah.
Well, you can use haste on things too, but like
You can, but
banishment is the only skill in your kit that you can actively use on the enemies.
yes, exactly. It's very strange considering like Ranger is supposed to be a damage dealer a lot of the time, that you would get weird like
it's supposed to be.
What? Exactly.
Like it feels like deciding to hedge your bets on bitch.
Yeah.
When like for choosing your subclass,
Yeah.
when you were already choosing a very bitch-centric class. So like you're hedging your bets really looks more like going all in for the sake of flavor.
Yes.
And when do you get that flavor? Oh, 17th level finally, when the campaign ended 7 levels ago?
Yeah, like if you go through, so we've got detect portal where you can find portals that are within a mile of you. Whoa. Crazy. Crazy, brother.
Yeah. You know what? Admittedly though, pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
in niche circumstances,
Yes.
the one time that the DM throws it in just to make your ability relevant,
Yup.
the whole table will pop off.
Exactly. Like, this is a class that the DM has to make a campaign around, which is unfortunate.
Literally. Like, no DM is going, oh, well, dang, they can detect that. They're going, oh, well, I need to write this ability in.
Yes, exactly. Your planar warrior makes it so that as a bonus action, which you don't have, like, you have other things that you need your bonus action for a lot of the time. You can choose a creature and then do more damage to it. 1d8 of force damage, which force damage is a good damage type to do because nothing except for like 4 different enemies are resistant to force damage. But it only goes up to 2d8 at 11th level. Like, you, what?
That's not even a smite.
No, it's not. It's really weird. Your ethereal step makes you go ethereal sometimes. Cool. I guess you can go through walls. Neat. Distance strike. Let's see. You gain the ability to pass between the planes in the blink of an eye. When you use the attack action, you can teleport up to 10 feet before each attack to an unoccupied space you can see. If you attack at least 2 different creatures with the action, you can make 1 additional attack with it against a third creature. Well, there you go. You can blink around a little bit if you want. Sure.
I mean, in fairness, repositioning
Yes.
is very advantageous for a ranged class.
Thank God I got it at 11th level. Spectral.
Well, it's got a little bit of a skill investment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
You play a wizard until 10th level and switch at 11th.
Spectral defense. At 15th level, your ability to move between planes enables you to slip through the planar boundaries to lessen the harm done to you during battle. When you take damage from an attack, you can use your reaction to give yourself resistance to all of that attack's damage on this turn, which is neat. It does not give you a limit to that. So it's just every time you have a reaction you can do it, which is something that's very useful. It's just, I don't know. A lot of this seems like roleplay and defensive. And
this reminds me of I'm going to hijack your
please,
point.
yeah, absolutely.
This absolutely reminds me of the Seeker Warlock.
The Seeker Warlock. I don't recall.
Yep. Hold on, I'm going to need to Google it.
I understand.
But the Seeker Warlock is all about finding like forbidden or like old treasure and like forbidden knowledge, kind of like
Cool.
they are the ones who like they get like flight, they get like featherfall and stuff.
Yeah.
They get things that help them traverse around areas,
That's
which
cool.
sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And you are absolutely like contributing to your party sometimes if the terrain is rough. Wow, I hope that there's a cliff for your featherfall to save the barbarian, because if there's not a cliff, well, shit. Why'd you play this class?
Right.
And that was the problem that I was running into when I was playing the Warlock.
Okay.
That like I rolled the D6 and that was my patron for the day.
Ah.
I got Seeker a lot.
Oh no.
Hold on, let me actually find it and take my hand off of push to talk.
No, you're good, yeah. Oh good, a defense heavy range character. Just what a range character needs to be. Yup. Exactly. So they're not cryptids, but they hunt cryptids. I still don't like the name being used for something that's not a cryptid. Fair. Absolutely fair. Yeah, thank you. Oh, that's Unearthed Arcana. Ah, that's why I've never heard of it. Okay.
They get their spells, their bonus spell list is Featherfall, Jump, Levitate, Locate Object, Clairvoyance, Sending, Arcane Eye, Locate Creature, Legend Lore, and Pass Wall.
Okay.
Not a single offensive spell.
Yeah, that's
Not a
strange.
not a blessed fireball to be found. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Elric was a character that lived and died by his wand of fireballs.
Fair.
And when I started facing dragons, my wand of fireballs was like, oh cool, I've got this and Eldritch Blast.
Hell yeah. No, dude, you can totally use locate creature. It'll help a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, guys, I've located the dragon. He's in my ass.
Now these are not to say that you can't, like, you would, again, as a DM, you have to like really make campaigns around these two different types, because for that one I can see it being like you're a party that goes and plunders fucking ancient ruins and stuff and all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
Like there are ways to work with it. It's just you have to go super RP heavy with it rather than having that blend of combat into there a lot more.
Like, I could see this class absolutely being played in an Underdark campaign.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
or like, going through and I would see it being used in a lot of like, dungeon delving campaigns for like old treasure and
Yeah.
like scrolls of knowledge, especially in dungeons that have like a lot of that verticality.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, in a combat focused campaign, this is not necessarily the most useful subclass, and I get the feeling that Horizon Walker is similar.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm feeling as well, because it's just like they really have to put in planar travel first off, which is a whole can of worms that I guess unless you're doing like Spelljammer, I guess, where that's literally the point, I think. I don't know. I know nothing about Spelljammer. I just know that the stars are the sea and you have ship. Cool.
It
Um
is it is kind of a troll choice to make as a player to be like, "Oh wow, I'm going to play a Horizon Walker Ranger,"
yeah.
because you can look at your DM who now has a twitch in their eye because now they have to do so much world building.
Yes, exactly. So like it puts a lot of pressure on the DM if it's not part of the thing, because otherwise you don't have your like main thing, which is to detect portals. It's like uh uh you know? And even in that case it's like I don't even know, like putting portals into things. I'm just like, well, this is here now and that means a whole hell of a lot now. Jesus Christ. Like, how does this remain secure? And everything. So you'd have to do a shit ton. And then it's just like, well, and then you're a ranger. So like enough said.
You're hedging your bets on bitch on a class that's already bitch made.
Exactly. Spelljammer is where I got Sun and Moon Dragons from. It's pretty cool. Yeah, dude. Old Spelljammer is apparently cool. New Spelljammer is apparently shit. So, you know. Anyway, I feel like that's enough prep for talking about Horizon Walkers. Let's get to the video and see why Horizon Walker is bad. Thank you, Pack Tactics.
Shop and Patreon if you wish to support me.
Video time, enjoy!
People who watch my content knows I'm on a mission to defend and prove that Ranger is really good, because I feel after all these years, no one's really bothered to defend them or really tried.
Okay, so I wanted to say, damn, I really think I'll be missing out with this video. Now is when I have to leave, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Right?
Damn.
I think I'm going to have thoughts on this video.
Okay. Well, to be fair, he's saying that it is bad in this case, so he's conceding at least that much. Right?
Yeah.
So.
And like I'll fully admit, like, a bunch of my hate that I give to Rangers is like it's partly a bit, partly not.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Reliable DPS absolutely has its place in a party, like Bow exists in Monster Hunter.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you could be
Anyway,
so much of a better ranger
yeah.
as a fighter with a bow, so
Yeah. Anyway, I really need to go.
All right.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you later, man. Okay. Let's continue, everybody. It's just me. Wah-wee. Wah-wee. Wah-wah-wah. So yeah, here we go.
Try to make them effective. This is a different video. I'm going to be talking bad about 2 ranger subclasses in particular because I feel these subclasses are basically worse than the player handbook Beastmaster.
But Kobold, what are you talking about? Vanilla Beastmaster sucks.
I agree, but at least it has something going for it. It has a body on the field for distraction, or it can be a mount like a horse that has 60-foot speed. Add your proficiency to the horse's AC, saving throws, and has tons of HP.
But Kobold, what subclasses are worse than Beastmaster?
Monster Slayer and Horizon Walker.
Yep, Monster Slayer also kind of sucks. It's really annoying. It's like made to be more damage as far as I remember, but it doesn't really achieve that very well as far as I remember. And maybe I don't need to go into the whole like looking it up and everything because maybe we'll get that. So you know, and if you play a small sized ranger, you can ride a wolf or a tiger. That is true. That is true. Yeah, I don't know. Well, can't you, with getting your animal companion, isn't it limited by CR in base rules? Like in raw, I think. All right, now I gotta look it up. I gotta do this to me. Wiki dot Beast Master. There you are. Let's see. Beastmaster Enclave, is that correct? I don't know about that. Yeah, player's handbook. Okay. Companion. Choose a beast that's no larger than a medium. Oh, sorry, you can't see it. Here we go. Choose a beast that is no larger than a medium creature and has a challenge rating of a 4th or lower. Yeah, that's the problem right there. If I recall correctly, I think maybe wolves are a 4th. Hold on. Wolf CR5E. Wolf is... Come on. Yeah. Okay. Wolf is a 4th. Okay. That's true. There you go. Wolf is a 4th. There's a couple of mighty animals you can ride. True. I don't know if tiger is. Tiger CR5E. Let's see. D&D Beyond. Tiger is challenge rating 1, so you can't. Giant spider, true. Yeah, so it's just like the thing itself is kind of I guess you can get a panther. There you go. That says panther. It's kind of annoying when you're trying to get something that is actually useful in combat. If you choose like horse, then it's like, oh, okay, so you just have a free mount and you have free, as he was saying, a free another body to use and all that. So they made another class that sucks and called it Monster Slayer. I'm feeling personally offended by that. You should. Anyway.
We start with Horizon Walker.
I'll just stable my giant spider in the barn with the rest of the livestock. Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. What do you mean I can't ride a great worm dragon? True.
Because people like that one the most. Welcome to Pack Tactics. We're going to do features first before going over the additional spells. Planar Warrior. This is a bad feature. Bonus
True.
action. Choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. Next time you hit that creature on your turn with a weapon attack, all the damage dealt by the attack becomes force damage, and the creature takes an extra 1d8 force damage from the attack. When you reach 11th level in this class, the extra damage increased to 2d8.
True.
So the argument to why this is bad is to point at the bonus action in the range of 30 feet. The other subclasses that adds additional damage at 3rd level require no action at all.
That is true. Everything else can literally just do more damage. This one literally says you have to be within range to point at a guy and say you're gonna take some fucking force damage, brother. Just like a WWE wrestler, and call him out, and then fucking say, all right, here we go, and then you miss.
It's just part of the attack automatically. This feature doesn't help you perform better. Sure, it's more conservative than the Hunter's Mark, and it does a little bit of extra damage.
I was gonna say you're trading your Hunter's Mark, which Hunter's Mark, hold on, Hunter's Mark 5e. We use Roll20 because it's easy to get to. It's a bonus action. You can't. Why can't I fucking? Can't see the full fucking thing. Okay, that's really annoying, actually. Okay, there we go. That's at least good enough, because at higher levels you can do other things. So it's, first off, Hunter's Mark, concentration, annoying, dumb, stop it. Why? It's literally kind of useless for rangers when they have to concentrate on it all the time. Just make it something that you just go, bam, and then it's there, right? You choose a creature you can see within range, which is, let's see, 90 feet. That's crazy. That's way better. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack, and you have advantage on any wisdom perception or wisdom survival checks you make to find it. If the target drops to 0, you can use your bonus action on the subsequent turn to mark a new creature. You can just go and fucking point if you keep killing things, or if they keep dying in general. That way you can keep being effective with it. And it also says, you can't see this, but at higher levels, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of 3rd or 4th level, you can maintain your concentration on the spell for up to 8 hours. When you use a spell of 5th level or higher, you can maintain your concentration on the spell for up to 24 hours. So the additional usage of it is to track things, so that you can try to find them for a day. It's crazy. Now, I don't know how much, oh, literally it says it right there. That's what I just read. I don't know how useful that is in usual games, to be fair, because I've not really had to track anything for a day, necessarily. You usually try to, kill it right then and there. But it would be good if you're implementing things like retreat, right? So that you can continue to do that. Hell, you could use this for, things that are not combat, to have a ranger tracking somebody down and just following them by just going Hunter's Mark onto the noble that you're trying to follow to the shady den of scum and villainy, so that you can say, oh, I found you, right? And then you get advantage on trying to find them. Like, it's a great little thing, and the concentration thing is just like the only thing that really hampers it a lot, and the inability to do extra damage as it gets cast up. Those are the two things that I think need to change with this Hunter's Mark. Now, I don't remember what 2024's D&D does with it. I think it made it a little bit better, but not by much. Anyway.
That is force, but it's totally a trap. What weapon are you using with this feature? A longbow to do long ranges? This is 30 feet range. The Hunter's Mark has better range. Those other ranger subclasses don't care about a range. Do you see the problem?
Yes.
The solution is so simple. Just play those other subclasses and grab crossbow expert feat for that bonus action with hand crossbow. That hand crossbow also has better range and damage.
That's true.
Yes, it's a feat, but it's so worth the price. And
You're ignoring the loading property of the crossbow. Being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged attack rolls. That's really good. When you use the excuse me, attack action, and attack with a one-handed weapon, you can use a bonus action to attack with a hand crossbow you're holding. Yo, that's like way better. What the fuck? I didn't even know. If you order your giant serpent into a coil, can you use it to jump higher? Yes, obviously. Absolutely. It springs. It's a spring. It's a living spring. It's fine. I've played Banjo-Kazooie once or twice. I know that animals can be used as verticality usages, obviously. I guess that means Veronica couldn't ride Cornell in battle since I think Cornell would be too big. That's a buzzkill. No, that's fine.
Better than this whole subclass called Horizon Walker. You'd be mad not to pick it. If you need longer ranges than what the hand crossbow can provide, then use the longbow instead in that fight, but still have that crossbow expert. You should be juggling weapons back and forth from fight to fight.
I agree. There should be more usage of different weapons. That's why I always, with my characters, have a ranged weapon and a melee weapon, because you don't want to get caught out and not be able to do anything. It's just useful, man.
Never stick to one weapon. My ranger juggles 5 weapons. 3 of them are wands. The other 2 is my short bow for horseback fights and dragons. And lastly, hand crossbow for everything else.
Makes sense.
But Kobold, I don't want to use a hand crossbow.
Flavor is free. Pretend it's a different type of bow, like a compact bow or something. Maybe a flintlock. I don't know. Your character, your imagination.
Sure.
Detect portal. The cake is a lie. To be nice, if you have this...
That's why you put the cake there. Okay. I get it. I understand. Can we not use that joke anymore? Thanks.
The DM will give you a chance to use it. Other than that, I'm skipping this. Maybe the DM will give you cake. Haha, funny old meme. Level 7.
True. Okay. You also realize that it's a meme that needs to die. I understand. Yeah, literally, we talked about it. The only thing that does is say, hey, DM man, please put in portals. Please. And then it never comes up. Because they didn't. Because they didn't need portals in their story. And you chose a Horizon Walker and then just kind of went in. And then they went, oh, okay. Weird.
An ethereal step bonus action. You can cast etherealness, but it ends at the end of your current turn. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. Etherealness is good. Lasts 8 hours. You step into the border regions of the ethereal plane in the area where it overlaps with your current plane. You remain in the border ethereal for the duration or until you use your action to dismiss the spell. During this duration, you can move in any direction. If you move up or down, every foot of movement costs an extra foot. You can see and hear the plane you originate from, but everything there looks gray, and you can't see anything more than 60 feet away. While on the ethereal plane, you can only affect or be affected by other creatures on that plane. Creatures that aren't on the ethereal plane can't perceive you and can't interact with you.
This is why, in this kind of instance, when you're utilizing etherealness in such a way, that the DM then needs to also prepare to have ethereal threats at times, because sometimes you go into the old gang hideout that they've had, that they've executed people in, maybe even executed their own men at times. And then when they go in, it's like, oh shit, there's actually other ghosts in here. And then they started fighting you because they're ghosts and they don't like you. And it's pretty cool. Because then it's like, oh shit, I'm fighting in the ethereal plane while my friends are waiting for me in the regular plane. And then it's like, oh shit, hopefully, you know, your friends are fine with watching you do some combat, having it be a gripping little thing while they cut back and forth of like, oh, you know, you're doing, you do your full round, maybe 2 rounds, and then you cut back to everybody else, and they're just like, oh shit, some of the gangers are coming out, and they're like, oh, what are you doing around here? And you have to, and they're like, oh, we're just kind of hanging out, doing our own thing, just waiting around. Is it illegal to loiter here? I thought you guys didn't mind that kind of behavior. And then they go, oh, well, I guess so. You got me. Well, I guess we'll let you be here for a little while. But if we come back and you're still here, not gonna like it. You're gonna get locked up or thrown out. Go, get out of here. All that kind of stuff. And then they cut back, and then the guy's fighting ghosts, and he's like, "Fuck!" Trying to get the door open so that his friends can come in. He can kind of understand that something's going on outside, and they're really waiting for him. But oh my god, there's so many ghosts. It'd be cool, it'd be neat. That was cake was a meme, huh? Oh, yes, it was a meme for Portal. It was a whole thing. We don't need to bring it back up. It's okay. I used to be a cake like you, then I took a lie in the knee. There you go. This reminds me of how phase spiders sound like a cool encounter challenge, but they just died to held actions. True. Very true. Didn't you see the no phasing sign? It's clearly posted. Yes, exactly. There's a sign that's right on the wall of every establishment that says no phasing. And they really hope that everybody follows it.
Unless a special ability or magic has given them the ability to do so. You ignore all objects and effects that aren't on the ethereal plane, allowing you to move through objects you perceive on the plane you originate from. When the spell ends, you immediately return to the plane you originated from, in the spot you currently occupy. If you occupy the same spot as a solid object or creature when this happens, you are immediately...
I will say, I appreciate that you're going through the entirety of the spell, but at the same time, it is taking a little while. So, okay. That sign can't stop me because I can't read. Yes, exactly. That's how it works.
Shunted to the nearest unoccupied space that you can occupy and take force damage equal to twice the number of feet you are moved. This spell has no effect if you cast it while you're on the ethereal plane or a plane that doesn't border it, such as one of the outer planes. But this feat...
Oh, really? You can't go into... Excuse me. You can't, if you're in an outer plane, go to the ethereal plane at all? That's unfortunate.
Is 6 seconds, not 8 hours. You can still do cool utility stuff with it, like...
Oh, shit! That's a good point. Thank you for actually pointing that out, that it doesn't actually work like etherealness except for 6 seconds. That's weird. This is why this ability is more utility, right? In the sense of when you're not in combat, you can still use it in combat, but I see this being way more useful not in combat, right? So like I was saying in the example that I was doing, because I was I was working off the assumption of etherealness as the spell being the thing that you're using, but this is just you get to do it for 6 seconds. So actually, what you could do with that is you're going into the gang hideout. We'll use the same kind of scenario. You're getting into the gang hideout by ethereal stepping through the door to get to the other side, and it can be one of those things of like, ooh, I really hope nobody's on the other side of this, right? Or you can scout out the place and like see if you can find patterns to guard patrols and all that kind of stuff, right? And then ethereal step into like an unoccupied area at a certain time so that they can then sneak to the door to let everybody else in, or to sneak whatever, or to steal whatever and throw it out the window for whatever, like whatever you need to do in that space. And you can also then give them information with the whole like, oh, there's a bunch of ghosts in this place. They see you for like a second, and then it's just like, poof, you're good, you're out, right? So it's like, ooh, now I know. Maybe we can do something to like get those ghosts out of the ethereal plane potentially, or if we go to the ethereal plane, we might actually be able to make it so that we can talk to them and like get information from them because they've been around forever and they can see the what's going on. maybe they don't have like conscious memories of what's going on, but they might have some information that we could use, right? And you could kind of, set that up so that it could be a world building kind of thing at the same time as something that could maybe further whatever you're trying to do in the area. Like, there's uses for it that you can plan around as a DM and plan around as a player that aren't necessarily tied to combat, right? And in combat, sure, 6 seconds I can just phase through a guy. Kind of. I mean, if this works like the spell, then every movement you make, every foot you take, I'll be watching you. But also, every time you go through something, it's difficult terrain, basically, right? So as long as you have the movement, you basically have to count on yourself having 15 feet of movement rather than 30 to go through somebody, basically. I mean, it would be 20, technically, if we want to go through one square of somebody. As long as you're stopping not inside them. Though, if you're... I guess it is clear that when you stop inside of something that it's solid, that you take the damage and not them. So I was going to say, like, you could potentially do damage to them that way. It would be interesting, but it's not. It's not how it works. Anyway.
Like fly up to places and through walls. Through walls is dangerous. Roleplay value for off time, just being in cities and what have you. I'd probably try to break into places and rob them and dash out with this feature.
Exactly.
Or do the other way around. Using this in a magic item shop could be interesting. Very risky though. In combat, it does have a use. It's kind of like a Misty Step, but better. Still, thumbs down.
No, I wouldn't say that it's better than Misty Step at all. Because Misty Step, you just teleport to there without having any hindrance. But with this, you do have a hindrance. It's literally stated. So, no. It's not.
I'd rather have the horse example from Beastmaster.
True.
11th level, Distant Strike. When you take the attack action, you can teleport up to 10 feet before each attack to an unoccupied space you can see. If you attack at least 2 different creatures with the action, you can make 1 additional attack against a 3rd creature. This is the Horizon Walker's best feature. It's very late game though. The additional attack is a little bit of a trap because of focus fire is just better still, but sometimes you'll just naturally get the additional attack anyways. Like you getting the killing blow on the first attack, so it's got that going for it, and that's a big deal actually. The teleport 10 feet is very good. You'll always be teleporting up to 20 feet because of the extra attack. If you have crossbow expert...
Is that true? Hold on. When you take the attack action, you teleport for each attack you are to an unoccupied space. When you take the attack action, you can teleport up to 10 feet before each attack to an unoccupied space. Okay, so yeah, if you have multi-attack, then you can get more than 1 attack, because it's not... If you do it as a bonus action, it doesn't count, right? So it's when you're at higher levels, like 11th, that's when it actually becomes that you can do the 20 feet kind of thing, right? With the additional attack, because of this, you would get 30 feet, potentially, right? That's how this works, right? Because attack action is just the main action kind of thing. So, okay, yeah.
Actually, the teleport 10 feet is very good. You'll always be teleporting up to 20 feet because of the extra attack. If you have crossbow expert, it's 30 feet.
Yeah.
And lastly, if you do shoot that additional time and have crossbow expert, it's 40 feet teleport.
Hold on. I don't know if that's correct, because I thought crossbow, because she showed it before. Crossbow expert 5e. Sorry, I'm being pedantic, but I need to. When you use the attack action and attack with a one-handed weapon, you can use a bonus action to attack with a hand crossbow you are holding. Does this also count as attack action, or is this a separate attack? I actually don't know. I feel like that counts as a different action, not necessarily the attack action? Or is it because it's in tandem? Because it then says you can use a bonus action to do that. It's been a hot minute, I'll be honest. So I might be wrong about calling this out, but at least to me it doesn't seem, I don't know. That little bit makes me go, but then again, it might work that way, which is fine. Like, you get 30 feet if you're a crossbow guy. Cool.
Free mobility and very good mobility. I'm surprised the monk doesn't have something like this. Anyways, if this was a 3rd level feature, then that would have changed.
Yes, see, that's exactly it. If this was your first feature in this subclass, it would actually be good. Like, it would be so good. Are you kidding me? Holy shit. You could, like, that, oh my god. Think about the potential because of all of the repositioning and stuff. You become so, like, it already has its little level up feature, quote unquote, for when you get your multi-attack so that you can attack 2 different targets with the attack action and all that. And then you can also find the ways to not, or to activate it if Crossbow Expert works that way. Then you get the ability to create those little synchronicity? Synergies, that's the word, early, so that you can utilize it and then build on it, right? Like that, it would be fantastic as a 3rd level feature, instead of, I find portal. Yay! Right?
Everything, and this video wouldn't have existed. 15th level, Spectral Defense, reaction to get resistance to only 1 attack. It's okay, it's a use out of your reaction that can be consistent, but I don't care for it. It's late game. Lastly,
Sorry, what? I was reading chat. Oh, yeah. Look, again, this is fine as a ability. It's just, like, give it at, like, what is it? Not 7th level? No. Yeah. Is it 3rd and then 7th? No. It's 3rd and then 5th and then 9th. Wiki. Hold on. There we go. My goodness. Yeah, 7th. Okay. Yeah. Cause this is fine, sure, whatever, right? Give it oh, what the fuck is going on here? Don't do that. I don't like that. Okay. Give it so that Detect Portal is gone. You give Ethereal Step as that one, right? And then you give Planar Warrior, you make it so that it actually increases in damage as you continue to level up. So like at, I don't know, what is it, 14th level, right? You would get more damage to it and all that stuff. Get rid of the range component there. Get rid of the bonus action aspect to it. Just say that as you attack, you can choose for it to happen. Then it becomes something that you can do, right? And then this Spectral Defense, you could just move it up. Honestly, you could make that the 11th level thing, or make it the 7th level thing, so that it kind of is the same as like what rogues get with their ability to make a reaction to take half damage, just in general, because that's basically what this is. Sure, you have resistance and all of that for 1 turn. That's literally what it is. Except this is just something they can do all the time, instead of the rogue gets it once per combat, right? So it would be better than a rogue. That might actually be bad. Now that I think about it, we don't want to make something objectively better necessarily. Maybe you do make it so it's once per combat, like the rogues. That way it's just kind of the same but a different flavor of it. That way this kind of becomes more rogue-ish. So that it's, I don't know. It just feels like we need to do something to this to actually make it so that it actually is, that it's, it needs to have that weird blend of not being its own thing and also being, useful.
Action that can be consistent.
2 police references in one night. Yeah.
But I don't care for it. It's late game. Lastly, Horizon Walker spells. Here's the additional spells. The only noteworthy one is Misty Step.
Yup.
That's it. And it's only for one reason, really. You can get out of Wall of Force at higher levels or get on top of buildings easier, so enemies have a harder time getting to you. That's it. Other than that, second level spells are for Pass Without Trace or Spike Growth.
But Kobold! Haste!
Gator, I hope you're joking. This ranger can summon 8 animals that are 8 bodies on the field who can do 8 attacks versus the additional weapon attack from haste.
That is a fair point. That is a very fair point. Isn't this concentration, or am I crazy? Yeah, concentration, right? That's what that means. So, I don't know, man. The Ranger has way too many concentration spells that make it so that it feels like it's way less effective to do much of anything, and you have to rely on so many different other things that are in the features, and the features mostly suck. So, like, what are we doing, you know?
Haste is super duper bad, especially in this context. It's a trap.
But Kobold! Immunity to non-magical...
Grab the target and move them away with the animals. This is called control. If you think this is bad control, then you think every control spell in the game is bad.
But damage!
Normally the animals do more damage. It's 8 attacks. No way can haste keep up. That's impossible.
Speedy!
True. Alright, I know that's a gator, but it's actually an Argonian. Fair.
Kobold, speedy speed!
8 giant owls can make me and my friends fly. 8 horses can dash away at 120-foot speed. Sure, it's not as fast.
These are very true. I didn't even think about this as an aspect. Why wouldn't you do that? That is very true. Unfortunately, you're a ranger, so I don't know.
But at least with my friends.
Defense?
It's a wall of flesh. There's 8 animals on the field.
But what if the enemy casts Fireball and kills everything?
I can just cast the spell again. If you lose haste, you lose a round.
Yeah, that's also true. I forget about the lethargy that happens. It's very, very crazy. Hold on. Let's, is there a way for me to get to just Ranger from here? Or do I have to actually, okay. Ranger. Okay. Thank you, search being temporarily unavailable. Wiki.ranger. Thanks. Okay. Alright. So, actually. That's what I want. And, thank you. Okay. What is it? 3rd level, right? Is summon animals or whatever. No, that's summon Fae. 2nd level? Summon Beast? Is that the spell? Yes. Right? No, Bestial Spirit. That's a totally different spell. What the fuck is that? Hello? What is this from? Hold on. We're going down a rabbit hole. Sorry. Tasha's. That's why. If I never understand what it is, it's Tasha's. Okay. We're there. Is it 4th level? Conjure woodland beings? No, that's... Yes, that's it. Okay. Conjure woodland beings. 4th level spell. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's... So you get 4th level. What are you at this point when you're hasting? 9th? So you have... You can't do that. You can't do it until you're 13th level. Wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry, you can't even see that. It's 13th level. That's the time where you get 4th level spells. So, honestly, until you hit 13th level, it's good. Actually. I mean, like, not good, but, like, it's better than not having this. Yeah, this is better. Don't get me wrong. In the sense of, like, if you, are utilizing it, when you can, yeah, absolutely, it's better. But you don't get this until 13th level. And you get this at 9th. That you can just do. Hell, it's 3rd level. Yeah. So that's something that we should really actually be talking about a little bit. That's a reason that I would at least give our little alligator friend here, of saying, hey, but you don't get that until later. So what about that though? You could have 8 giant spiders too. That is true. You could.
You win. Bye-bye. If you need a basic guide to quickly control the animals, I made a video about it.
Sure.
Anyways, that's the end of the video.
Oh.
I ranked this the 2nd worst ranger subclass in the game. It really doesn't get anything good until level 11. So, for the majority of the progression, this is a subclassless ranger. I don't recommend playing this if you want to experience ranger properly. But even a subclassless ranger is still a good ranger, to be fair. The class can still be effective because of archery feature, good berry juggling, pass without trace, extra attack, conjure animals, then picking up crossbow expert and sharpshooter feat.
That's his 3rd. Conjure animals says 3rd. Oh, I might have been wrong. Hold on. Ah, I'm stupid. Ah, there we go. Okay. What the fuck? Wait, what? It's the same spell. What is this from? Player's Handbook. Player's Handbook. Huh? What's the difference? Hold on. Conjure animals. Okay. 1 action, 60 feet. Concentration. Oh, jeez. There you go. There's concentration, though. That's the thing. I mean, they're all concentration. But, up to an hour. You do the thing. Challenge rating 2, 1, a half, a 4th. Okay. They're friendly to you. You can make it so that twice as many with 5th level, 3 times with 7th, and 9th is 4 times. What's the difference here? 60 feet. 1 holly berry per summoned creature. Wait, what? This just doesn't have a material component. Huh? Okay, and then you summon Fey spirits, choose the following that appears. 2, 1, half, 4th, 0. They defend themselves. Twice as many 6th level stuff. Am I going insane? What? Hold on. One summons beasts, one summons Fey? No, they're both Fey. You summon Fey spirits to take the form of beasts. You summon Fey creatures that appear in unoccupied areas. Summon creatures. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's the difference. They can be different creatures and not just beasts. Okay. That's weird. Okay, that's the difference, though. It can be more than just animals. Okay. Okay. They can be any kind of creature, rather than they are fey, but also a creature. That's what it is. Okay. Sorry. It was breaking my brain. My apologies. Okay. So then it is fine to have this as your example, because haste and conjure animals are on the same spell list, or spell tier. Okay, we're good. Played a few druids. There you go. Okay. My apologies for the confusion.
That's the whole ranger package you can still get. Anyways, I hope I earned your subscription and support on Patreon. Bye bye.
Oh, okay. We're done. Sure. I mean, that's pack tactics. It's very short, that video, but like, I don't disagree with most of it. So yeah. Though I don't know, with the with rangers being good, actually, I wonder if that's a video actually then. Yes, hunter is a good ranger subclass in D&D, is that first one. Monster Slayer is bad. There you go. That's the other one. There's probably like a thing for rangers in general that would be interesting to look at. What level do druids learn Wicker Man at? As soon as they know how to conjure fire. Pack Tactics is pretty fun. Yeah, Pack Tactics is fine. I don't usually have a problem, though I would like to see the defenses of Ranger, I guess, more so. Because, yeah, you get all that stuff, but it requires you to play a Ranger. So... Wickerman seems like more like a demented bard spell. That's true. That's true. All right. Well, those are the videos for today, everybody. I hope we I hope we earned your subscription, I guess. I don't know. What steal his outro. Regardless, thank you for joining me for those joining us for those 2 videos. I'm going to go to comments, and then I'm going to go to shoutouts and shill talk. So, let's go to comments right now. There it is. Okay. So, a few comments have been left. Thank you very much for the comments. We read them at the end of shows. Please continue to leave comments. We like them. Why is this a field that's active? Okay. First off, we've got Juice. Hey, it's Juice. On 2 episodes ago on Cliches and Cities, I do not understand why people don't like starting a campaign in a tavern. Me too, bud. I think it's literally just the cliche. People are just like, I don't want to do that. I want to have it be original, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know. Why I hate these AI generated replies. I wish I could take them away. Anyway, so thank you for the comment, Juice. Thank you very much. Unit Rico says on last week's episode, man, that initial combat encounter example is weird. Instead of having a tense few rounds to see if the barbarian can reach the goblins before they finish reloading the cannon, you instead resolve it in a single turn. I mean, cool, I guess. Not sure if I have anything to comment on the Matthew Colville video yet, but his shirt fucking rocks. Rush is my favorite ever band. Having now seen the video, I do not, in fact, have anything to comment. Fair enough. Yeah, that whole beginning thing, like, again, I get that we want to have things go fast. We don't want to waste time, but at the same time, we're missing something like that, where it's like, oh, what if you're trying to get up there and the goblins might actually get you? Whoa, right? Like, it seems like that's a feature for the barbarian in Nimble, but I don't know, and potentially it isn't, I don't know. It might just be a feat or something that you can get in Nimble. I have no idea. I don't know anything about Nimble because he didn't tell us anything about Nimble aside from the snapshots that we've gotten from that video. So, like, maybe there's some stuff that I could see in other videos that have to relate with Nimble, but I don't know. I have no idea. So, yeah. Yeah, and then Matthew Colville video was very much a nothing video. It was like a, this is a video, for sure. Right? It just seemed so simple that I was like, why are we making a video about this, I guess, you know? Understanding each other is hard when you don't give all of the information that's relevant. That is the entire video for Matthew Colville's video that we looked at, and that was it. It's done. That's not 10 minutes or whatever. 9 minutes, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for the comment. Maybe the Wicker Man is just a material component for summon bees. True. You have to burn it so the bees come. I love it. Timothy on last week's episode says, "Hello, bros." Hello. New lore. Once the party felt safe enough to stop, they rested for a few minutes. Woodard was in a panic after being forced to leave without the king. On the bright side, nobody was killed in the ambush. A few injured knights, however. Leroy started healing those who needed it, working through the effects the swampland had on mages. Woodard. We must find the king. This is the last time those bullywugs will humiliate the Moon Valley. I swear on the bodies of the knights they killed the last time I was here. Woodard punched a nearby tree, the trunk cracking from the force. Leroy, calm yourself, General. We need to think clearly about our next move. It was the swamp that beat us back there, not the bullywugs. If Cornell wasn't weakened, it would have gone better. In fact, since Cornell was able to get us out safely, even in that state proves his strength. Star Ruby, the boss is right. This swamp hates magic or something. Leroy, I wouldn't say this place hates magic. The bullywugs were using spells against us. While I'm not sure how much the swamp affects them, if at all, but it wasn't bothering them the same way. Woodard, how can we beat an enemy like this? Leroy, good question. I know there's an answer somewhere. Unknown voice. Oh, well, look what the bullywugs dragged in. The party searched for the owner of the voice, and they saw a figure walking out from the shadows. It was a green hag holding a basket with dead rats in it. Very good. We love hags. Woodard, who are you, hag? State your words carefully. Green hag, the flea bag has little manners. Don't throw your weight around like you are worth caring about, let alone fearing. Woodard started showing her teeth in rage. Green hag, want to try saying hi like a nice mutt? Before Woodard could pounce, Star Ruby placed a hand on her shoulder, holding her back. Leroy, our apologies. We are from the Moon Valley on an important quest. Green hag, oh, really? Well, at least one of you knows how to behave. Questing for what, may I ask? Leroy, we are looking to find a black dragon great worm that lives here. Would you know anything about that? Green hag, I know lots of things. We hags travel all over. You tend to pick up some nuggets of gossip here and there. What do you need to find this black dragon for? Leroy, I'm afraid I can't tell you that. Green hag, you don't want me making up your own story for you. It might not be flattering. Moon Valley, you say? Let me think. Ah, you're trying to find a new mate for King Pinky. Am I close? Star Ruby started struggling to hold Woodard back. Leroy, not close at all. You know where the black dragon is. You know why I know that? Green hag, do tell. Leroy, the black dragon was raised by a coven of 5 green hags, and usually a coven keeps solo hags off their domain. You are a member of that coven, am I correct? The hag started smiling. Green hag, smart boy, but do you really think I would tell you where our baby's lair is? I am not a fool, for my sisters and I cared for that dragon from an egg. Leroy, we will find them sooner or later. Green hag, strong words from a mage that can barely stand upright thanks to my humble home. You don't know this place, how this place works. Our baby is a mighty great worm. You are at their mercy. Have fun being bullywug lunch. If we meet again, let's have tea and rat cookies. The green hag fell backwards into the river and disappeared. I love that. That's great. Leaving the party in silence. That's all I got. Have a nice day. Thank you. And thank you for the lore comment. Appreciate it a lot. Cool. That's comments. Hags are cool, man. I like hags. Do more with hags, everybody. They're fun. Anyway, that's it for the show, everybody. I want to, before I go into our spiel, I want to restate that you should go on Kickstarter using the link in our description that says it's for Tales from Elsewhere, Clock World. Please go and notify yourself when this comes up. I want this to succeed. I want Peter to have a good launch. I want everybody who's worked on it to have a great start, you know? It's very fucking cool. Look at all this fucking cool art that is part of it, and check out obviously this free playtest material link here that you can get the stuff to really dive into it. It just seems like it's going to be a great time, and I'm very, very, very excited. So please, 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 please go and support for when it comes out. Okay? Anyway, that's that. So, hi. We have a show here. I'm sure you've noticed. You can go over to our website. There's a link in our description, and you can go and from here, from this home page, you can go and find out about the schedule and everything. If this shows up for you, I don't know. You can look at all of the links and stuff. You can get to the live sub counter and everything, and all of this other stuff. And you can support us further using the support us further little tab here to look at all the things that I'm going to talk about. So, first off, we have a Patreon and a Ko-fi. Hey, whoa, you can join the Patreon for as little as $1 a month, as well as the Ko-fi for as little as $1 a month to become a table flipper. Becoming a table flipper means that you, lucky you, can become a table flipper in our Discord server, the Hoppiness place where we barely talk, because it's just nice to chill, you know? You can become a table flipper and have that happen, as well as see these the Sunrise in Sin City episodes when they come up sooner. 10 did not get a quick post because I had to get it up and out as soon as the day hit, basically. So that's my bad. But you can also see streams, editing streams, where I edit the shows. So not the actual main show, because that just is basically plug and play, but the other stuff that matters, which is the actual play stuff. So go and join if you wish to, if you're able to. It's not an obligation, of course. It's as little as $1 a month. Up to you, of course, if you wish to. That being said, big thank you goes out to Draco Kraken, Rick, aka Unit Rico, and Steely for being in tier 4, that highest tier that we have. Please and thank you. I hope you continue to enjoy, please, and thank you very much for giving us the funding. We appreciate it immensely. Thank you goes out to Crimson Rose as well for being in tier 2. Thank you. And a thank you goes to our tier 1 contributor. Like I said, little as $1 a month, up to you if you wish to join. Obviously, there's the free ways of subscribing to the channel and liking the videos and commenting if you wish to. So please consider it. Going on, we have Fourth Wall Shop. Hey, whoa, using the link in our description, as well as going on the site here and clicking the link, you can go over to our Fourth Wall Shop to get coasters, dice, mugs, and this little mouse pad. More stuff is on the way. I promise you this. At some point we'll get like shirts and stuff. We just need designs and such to put on them. I thought about putting the summertime design on something. Let me know if you want to potentially see this on a shirt or something. Up to you. Please let me know. It's really just for interest. That I put these things up. I'm gonna make some more stuff in general just because it looks neat and I kind of want some of it. But I have all of these coasters and they're great. So get coasters. I have these dice too. Everybody has these dice, right? You should. It's good dice. But anyway, it's all there. Get it if you want it. Up to you. Continuing on. So you can donate to our PayPal directly if you want to, using this little thing. I don't know if I have this in the description, but it is a thing on the website if you really want to. We're also Humble Bundle partners. We're affiliated. If you go using our link in the description or using that link on the site, you can go and give us a little kickback if you buy anything through Humble Bundle. So yeah, do it. There is the I thought there was, yeah, the Roll Big or Go Home bundle is still up. It's still there. $40 for 57 items. Even if you don't use our link, you should go and get this. All right, it's just a bunch of good shit. All right. I still need to buy this, but I don't have money. So, yeah, please go and get this. Be Like a Cat. Ooh, a role-playing game where you're a cat. Nice. And yeah, literally, it just seems like a lot of just good stuff. Be a Crow. Yo, it's a solo RPG. That's sick. Okay. I actually, fuck, I need this. So yeah, go and get the Roll Big or Go Home one, or any of the other stuff on the site. That being the Choice Bundle, any of the stuff through the store, any of the other bundles here, using the link in our description, we'll get a little bit of a kickback. And oh, that's not the right thing. And last but not least, of course, we're also affiliated with Drive-Thru sites. Drive-Thru RPG, fiction, comics, and cards. We'll go over Drive-Thru RPG because it is the most relevant to the channel right now, obviously. You can get PDFs and I think physical copies as well through this. Not sure about that for this one, but I think you can get physical copies of things sometimes. What is it? Contact Xenos. This is one of my favorite little war games. Yeah, you can get a soft cover. So yeah, there's some physical stuff that you can get, as well as the PDFs of things, as well as user generated, or not generated, but user written and published stuff. And the same thing can be said for cards, comics, and fiction. Within 15 days of using the link that's in our description, / any of the links that are on our website, you can, if you purchase anything, you give us a little bit of a kickback. So yeah. Thank you if you do choose to use any of those. If you do choose to spend money, all of that kind of stuff, we appreciate you. But don't, as usual, don't feel like it's an obligation. It is just something that you could do if you wish to. Alright? Because I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your dad. But go and support that Kickstarter, okay? For Peter, for Tales of Elsewhere, for that whole team. Because it's cool. Anyway. That's it. Thank you all for joining me once again for this episode. Really appreciate you. Hope you continue to join us for future episodes. If you haven't already, you should subscribe. If you have already, you should like the video. If you haven't done that, or if you have done that, you should leave a comment. And if you aren't going to do any of those things, then I hope you have a good rest of your day, afternoon, or evening. Really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye. Bye-bye.